Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be doing polynomial long division and answering this question. So when it comes to this question, we actually can't use synthetic division because we're not dividing by a linear, we're dividing by a quadratic. And so synthetic division isn't really an optimal strategy for a question like this. So let's talk about how we can use long division to answer this question. The first step is to ask ourselves, how many times 2x squared goes into 4x to the power 4, right? So in other words, how many times does the leading term of what we're dividing by go into what the leading term of what we're dividing, right? We always want to look at it from the perspective of the leading term. So 2x squared goes into 4x to the power 4, 2x squared times. 2x squared times 2x squared is 4x to the power 4. And then negative 1 times 2x squared is equal to negative 2x squared. And notice I'm lining this negative 2x squared up with 7x squared because that's the term that we're actually going to be able to combine it with because these terms are like terms, whereas negative 2x squared is not a like term with negative x cubed. So then I'm going to subtract. And because we have nothing here, we can just say this is plus 0. That's fine. And then we're going to subtract. So 4x to the power 4 minus 4x to the power 4 is 0, which is what we wanted. Negative x cubed minus 0 is just negative x cubed. And then 7x squared minus negative 2x squared is the same as 7x squared plus 2x squared, which is 9x squared, like that. And then we are going to, well, ordinarily we would bring down something actually at this point, but in this case, we're not necessarily going to need to yet. We will if we end up needing to, though, which I guess we will in a second. So I guess, sure, we can bring this down, negative 2x. Okay, now how many times does 2x squared go into negative x cubed? Well, we know that x squared goes into x cubed x times, right? And we know that to get from 2 to 1, we have to divide by 2. We have to do 1/2. So therefore, the answer is going to be negative 1/2 x, or negative x over 2. And then if we multiply that, we end up getting negative x cubed here. And then negative 1 times negative 1/2 x is going to be 1/2 x. So here I'll put plus 1/2 x, and then here we can just put plus 0, and then I'm going to subtract. So negative x cubed minus negative x cubed is going to be 0. 9x squared minus 0 is just 9x squared. And then negative 2x minus 1/2 x is going to be negative 2.5 or negative 5 over 2x. Either way is okay. And then I'm going to bring down the 8. Okay, how many times does 2x squared go into 9x squared? Well, 4.5 times. And 2 times 4.5 gives us 9. And x squared just stays on as well. And then we have to multiply negative 1 by that as well, so minus 4.5. And then we subtract. 9x squared minus 9x squared is 0. Negative 5 over 2x minus 0 is just negative 5 over 2x. And then 8 minus negative 4.5 is the same as 8 plus 4.5, which is going to be plus 12.5. And so this is our remainder. So our final answer is right up here. I'm going to highlight it for you. That it's 2x squared minus 1/2 x plus 4.5. And the remainder is right here at the bottom. It's negative, sorry about that. It's negative 5 over 2x plus 12.5. And so there we go. There's a full picture of that. As always, feel free to leave any questions you have in the comment section, and we'll see you for the next one.